Trying to get back on here. We might be back on because it said start streaming, Coach, so hopefully I've got us back on there, folks. Stick with the signal here. Fourth quarter action. Devils lead 37-25 heading to the fourth quarter. Devils have the ball starting this quarter up right in front of us. Nicholson, Longcore, Byquist, Elifritz, and Brown. Hamby getting a break right now.
Gotta be smart with the ball.
Jada Brown makes a move, gets in through three people, gets a rebound, gets fouled on the rebound, no call. Good hustle in there by Jada Brown. Lady Raiders with the basketball. Pieper, right side, Thomas. Also has Bueller in there. Terwolf stayed in, and here's Durst. Durst starts to make her move, kicks it into the left corner. Pieper starts to work down low. Short hook. Nice little short hook inside by Tristan. Tristan, the good move, backing in. She now has 8, I believe. 37-27, 1 minute into the fourth quarter. Back to the top of the key to Longcore. Longcore skips it over to Nicholson. Nicholson at the point. High post is Jada Brown. Nicholson goes, takes the runner, no good. Weak side, Byquist. Byquist puts it up, no good. Good job by Cam on the rebound, but she was double teamed. I thought maybe she ought to pull it back out and reset. Pieper's going to take the drive to the hole. Jada Brown, the block shot. Now, if they're going to call that, it's going to be on the drive. And if they give her 2 shots, that was continuation. Nice move by Pieper.
We are playing at the pit, though. You got to remember that.
There was a little bump on the way, which I'd have called the bump. I wouldn't have called the block shot. Tristan with a nice move. We talk, she's a tall girl, but she's got a good first step. Heading to Maryville to play basketball next year. So look at that, you got 3 your team seniors heading out, 2 to Quincy University, 1 to Maryville. That's good stuff. Pieper's second one good. So it's a 6-point run. Ending the third quarter, going into the fourth quarter. 30-second timeout. 37-29, an 8-point game. We might be back on, Coach, completely audio and video, just for the fact that I see us gone from stop streaming to start streaming to stop streaming, if you can follow that. Make sure you stick around for the post-game show, brought to you by Hardee's, 30th and Broadway. That's Brian Harms. We'll also have the coach's comments, brought to you by the Kunis Auto Group. So, and there's Milton Whitfield and the guys over there. Kenai, I saw Tim Griffith down here. Volleyball team is all in one section as well. We'll see those guys again tomorrow night. Webster Grove, the Statesmen, come into Blue Devil Gymnasium.
Well,
I think might be the best team of the Devils will play all year, is what Coach Douglas said.
Well, yeah, he said best team and one of the best teams in Missouri. So.
5-star player going to Mizzou on that team. 6:42. Full court pressure being picked up by the Raiders in the backcourt. Long court across the timeline. Back to the top of the key. Now to the free throw line. Jada Brown, strong to the hole. Jada with a score. Here's what you're going to do. Keep going back to the money. That's Jada. 39-29, 6.5. Long three-pointer. High shot coming up. Rebound, Nicholson. In transition. Chloe takes it to the left side. Hands off to Longcore. Longcore starts to work against Bueller. In traffic, had it slapped away. Longcore tracked it down. Jada Brown, crossover. Now a spin move. Spins back, kicks it out to Longcore. Needs to get out.
Good patience by the Lady Devils.
And we didn't take the shot either. Inside 6 minutes left. 39-29. Nicholson through the legs with Durst on her.
Spread the floor, layups and free throws.
Nicholson gets the screen from Byquist. Behind the back, kicks it over. Right side for 3. Good. Jada Brown from outside. Downtown Jada Brown. Brought to you by Woodmart Building Center.
I think it was Freddie Brown, wasn't it?
Well, that was, but for every room and for every project, WoodmartBuildingCenter.com. Jada Brown got a steal in transition. Good from 3. That's Byquist. Check that. That's Longcore. Back-to-back threes by the Devils. And that with the timeout with 5:15 left, stretches it out with a 6-point run, now 45-29, leading by 16. By the way, your last three-pointer for lumber, hardware, doors, windows, decks, flooring, siding, and so much more. Since 1978, your project planner, Woodmart Building Center. And since we're in a timeout, here we go. Kevin Vandeman, Eric Bracey, Cindy Cook, J. Scott Mills, Jeff Shields, Tim O'Brien, Paul Dinkkeller, Christy Aerosmith, and Megan Obert. Your crew at Woodmart Building Center, 12th and Seminary Road, Quincy. All right, Coach, there you go. Raiders have did a real good job of fighting back in this thing. Got the game within
8.
Yes.
37-29. And then Devils going 8-0 run.
Yep, after the Raiders went on a 6-point run, leaving the third quarter, going into the fourth quarter. So the 8-point run, now 45-29. And as we talk about after the ball game, we'll hear from both coaches, hopefully, Dance and Orin. And these two teams will immediately get right back after it the rest of this week. Good crowd. Everybody's been pretty good tonight, too. I'd like to hear a little more noise at times, but that's just me. Pieper, Bueller, Bozarth, who now has 3 fouls, Eversman, and Turwell. Durst getting a break right now. Pieper. Pieper almost was going to travel. Who'd they call that on?
Cam. That's our 4th.
Called Byquist for that foul. I didn't see it, Coach, so I can't comment on it. Byquist now with 4, so Ellerfritz checks back in. Bad thing was, Pieper was lost who she was going to throw it to and just about ready to take a step and travel. Bueller makes a drive, kicks it out to Eversman. Eversman out to Bozarth. Bozarth at the top with a crossover. Skips it all the way to the right side to Bueller. Takes Ellerfritz down to the short corner. Jada Brown came over to help out. I didn't see, from my angle right here, Coach, there was space between Jada and that. She came to help, but didn't even commit to foul. But sensible as she is, she's not going to make a comment on that. Bueller gets free throws. Aerie gets her 3rd in a row to go with that 3-pointer way back in the first quarter. Bueller's 2nd. No good. Jada Brown with it. Bueller's got a nice touch. I'll tell you what, she's going to be fun to watch over there at Quincy University. In the half-court set, up by 15 with 4.5 left. Longcourt started work against Bueller. Got to move the basketball.
Got to move, get open.
Yep, got a screen too. Can't just go one-on-one. Nicholson has it on the right side. Double team comes. Skips over. Left corner. Shot. 3. It rattles in, and rattles in. If you can believe that. That was Miley Longcourt on the 3. Brought to you by Woodmart Building Center, Jack McKenzie Way. Just down from the North Campus on 12th and Seminary Road. Almost went with the .com there. And out high, Bueller came around the screen, wanted to pick it up.
18-point lead halfway through the fourth quarter, 48-30.
Aries, that's not like her. That wasn't really a mental mistake. That was just a oops, which I guess is a mental mistake. In the half-court set. Good, nice crossover by Longcourt. Longcourt went driving in hard. Went off a foot. Last foot was Lady Raiders. From my angle, I almost thought it was Longcourt, but good job by the official down low. Did not know.
It was a white shoe that it hit.
Yeah, no, good. Oh, and there's a good lob inside to Nicholson. She just didn't get enough on it. Transition, Leah Turwell. Good job by Turwell. Leah had to grab the ball, pull it over one girl's head before she could take it in for the score.
That was the easiest basket the Lady Raiders have had in a long time.
Exactly. Driving to the hole. The short shot. Nicholson tried to get it in, no good. Little quick there for the Devils, who have a 16-point lead. Bueller comes down, 3-pointer, no good. Fighting inside, Turwell doing a great job for the Lady Raiders on the boards.
Well, the Lady Raiders going to have to start firing up threes, to cut this 16-point lead down.
Ball went out of bounds on the Devils. Bueller will trigger the out-of-bounds play. Out to Bozarth. She pulls for 3. No good. Tipping the ball away from Jada Brown was her own player, Chloe Nicholson. But the Devils come down in the half-court set. Mia Ellerfritz. Great move to the basket. Just got caught, twisted a little bit. Couldn't put it up on the glass. She had a good look. 3 minutes left in this ball game. Ellifritz up on Eversman. Back to the top peeper. She's got Brown on her. Bueller trying to set up for a shot. Ari does a real good job of behind the back, getting it back out. 2:48 and counting. Peeper at the top. Turwelt working hard inside. Left side Bueller. Bueller hits the three. Ari Bueller, her second three of the ball game. Brought to you by Woodmart Building Center. WoodmartBuildingCenter.com. Longcore all the way down. Hamby's in the left corner. Madeline's shot is no good. Long on the weak side. Bueller gets the rebound for the Lady Raiders, down only 13.
I'd like to see him use a little bit more clock that time.
I think so would Coach Dance. And this time Bueller caught on the baseline in the air, and Ellifritz gets the steal. Coach Dance wants to talk about it with 2:14 left.
Get him refocused.
Your score with 2:14 left. The Quincy High Blue Devils 48. The QND Lady Raiders 35. And we're back here on MechaSportsCo.com.
This stream is brought to you by Mecha Sports Co., your streaming platform for all 4 Quincy High School basketball teams. Be sure to subscribe and like on YouTube and Facebook. Just search Mecha Sports Co., and you won't miss a thing from QHS Blue Devils and Lady Devils with coverage for the QND Raiders and Lady Raiders on the road. Be sure to visit mechasportsco.com for the complete schedule of games and more.
Back at the pit, Wellman and Pettit. We both played here one time together. You remember that? We played the St. Louis Zips.
Yeah, the Zips, and I was like 2 for 14 from the field.
And I think, too, they might have figured you were going to Quincy High. It was like, but I remember before the game, Lepper and some of the guys who were freshmen told me the Zips were going to shut me down and not let me get in double figures, and I think I had 19 against them.
Yeah.
Couldn't find any of those guys around for giving me that money that they were betting me before the game. Good stuff. It was fun, though. The Zips were always fun. They were kind of the Harlem Globetrotters. That was before traveling teams and AAU stuff was really there. 2 minutes left in this one. Devils have the basketball. Longcore being hounded, coming across by Bueller. Gets it to Nicholson on the left side. Nicholson brings it out to half court where she's got Ellie Bozarth on her.
Should be layups and free throws.
Makes the move to the right side. That's going to be Ellie Bozarth's 4th foul. She had 2 in the first half, which made her sit a little bit.
Well,
but Orin's got a good bench.
Well, and that's the second foul, I believe. First team foul, okay.
Yep,
they're going to be aggressive. They got to get out and get after it.
Longcore works the left side, almost travels in the high post of Byquist. Right side to Ellifritz. Mia looked at that three, didn't she?
Bring it out.
Gets it to Jada Brown. Jada going all the way from the left side to the right. Jada Brown, once she gets moving in the right direction, she is tough to stop. But we've been seeing that all year long.
Well, Jada should be the only one shooting, maybe Chloe for a layup. But other than that, spread the floor.
Other end, Leah Turwelt makes the basket. 1:20 left, 13-point lead still by the Devils with the basketball. They get it to Nicholson, coming out on her. Bueller, the handoff to Byquist. Byquist brings it right in, down to Ellifritz, down low. Kicks it back out. Longcore's going to take a three. Miley's rattling it out. Good job. Cam Byquist fought for that rebound on Turwelt. Just couldn't get it to go, but then on the outlet pass, Chloe Nicholson, anticipation. Inside, 50 seconds left. Tell you, Byquist working it down here, but after that, Nicholson getting the quick steal. Quincy High fans are starting to feel this one. Lady Raiders put it on the Devils last year on their home floor, well, actually on Blue Devil Gymnasium. Here's that short left. Oh, and I'll tell you what, Longcore's been working that shot with the left hand on the short corner, and that was a sweet little one there. Down to 20. Good job inside. Turwelt. Leah Turwelt, been just a force down there. Down to 12 seconds left. Devils are going to hang on to the basketball. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and buzzer. And there you go. Your final score, the crosstown rivalry. This year it goes to Quincy Notre Dame. Check that. No, last year it went to Quincy Notre Dame. This year it goes to the Quincy High Blue Devils from the girls' side.
Well, if each team wins on the other team's 4, so.
This is it's fun every year when they do this. We've got some more girls where Durst and Bueller and Pieper will no longer be part of this. It's a shame. It'd be nice to have another year of that. Won't see them in the postseason either because they're on the other side. They're in 3A. Devils are in 4A, and all those seeds will come out on Thursday. Friday, the brackets will come out, and it'll be postseason basketball, Coach. I'll tell you what, just like we thought, probably the one key, and when we talk to Orin, he's probably going to tell us, first quarter set the pace of the game. And once the lead was out there, they fought back very gallantly. I mean, this is two good teams playing good basketball, but that's where it was, although his team came back in this thing, but then that real key, there you are, BL1 out there saying hi, and he's the 6 points in a row, yes, by the Devils to make it 45-29 is what stretched this thing out.
Yeah, I mean, you had ebbs and flows of this game. You know, Devils would go up, you know, by 10-12. Raiders would fight back. Devils go up by 10-12 again. Raiders would fight back. You know, sign of two really, really good ball clubs.
Good stuff from the pit. And don't go away because we've got the post-game show brought to you by Hardee's at 30th and Broadway. Brian Harms. We'll hear from both coaches for the coaches' comments. But that'll do it for the regular portion of our broadcast. Your final score here from the pit. The Quincy High Blue Devils 52, the QND Lady Raiders 39. And this has been a special presentation. Not really special, but it is with the crosstown rivalry right here on MechaSportsCo.com.
If you're building a house, remodeling an older home, thinking about a new deck, or need a whole new kitchen, Woodmart is your project partner. Since 1978, Woodmart has been the most trusted building materials and kitchen and bath design company in the Quincy area. At Woodmart, you'll find enthusiastic, experienced professionals helping you through every phase of your project. We offer smart advice for the contractor or do-it-yourselfer and top-quality materials. Woodmart Building Center, 2000 North 12th Quincy, your project partner since 1978.
Bet you outdrive you this hole.
If you outdrive me, I'll take $10,000 off every car sold at QND Quincy this month.
Daddy needs a new ride.
Brian Harms, I'll bet you got a lot of people asking for fish sandwiches this time of the year.
You bet. Isn't that great that it is that time of year? People always love our fish sandwiches, and they're with tartar sauce and lettuce. You can get that any day of the week. We got the beer battered Alaskan pollock back. I'm back from Alaska. We caught all kinds of them.
And what kind of fish are those?
Pollock. Pollock.
And you've got a special deal going on. 2 fish sandwiches for just $7. Right now at Hardee's, 30th and Broadway, Quincy.
And welcome back to the pit. Good ball game here on this Tuesday night as the game went like this. First quarter, Devils opened up with a 5-point lead. I tell you what, before I can even get to that point, Coach Dance is flying up here.
I know. To go home.
I was really working on it, but I figured with all the other stuff going on, I said, he'll get here in a second. But he has been flying, so here we go. Coach's comments time. All right, Coach Dance, first of all, congratulations on the victory.
Thank you very much. It was a very gutsy effort by our girls, and they withstood some, their crowd. We talked about if we play well, we'll take their crowd out of it. And I thought we did that for the most part. We never gave them a chance to make a substantial run.
And the whole key started with the first quarter. We got out 5-0. 2 free throws made it 5-2, but then the 9-point run. And other than Bueller's three-pointer, we did not give up a basket in the first quarter, and it was 14-5. Had to be proud of them.
Yeah, I mean, the defensive effort the last two nights or two games have been pretty special against some very exceptional athletes. And I thought the way that they defended and they bought into what we were doing, and we like I was telling Coach, you don't win many games when Jada Brown starts off 3 of 12. She's too good to hold her that long, and she just started playing, and the other girls stepped up and did what they needed to do. Miley hit some big shots. Cam was great as always. I thought Chloe was very assertive offensively, so that was awesome to see.
You about nailed everything I needed to ask you there. But we talked, Jada Brown is so strong. And I tell you, Jada got 19 in the game. You mentioned Miley hitting 3 trays. She had 15. And there's been games where her 3 hasn't been there, but maybe a 3 late or a free throw late. So it was nice to see her contribute the whole game, as she always does, and Cam as well. So, and then there at the end, we had that look, and the ball came out. Cam had a great rebound. We thought it had a putback. And then all of a sudden, the outlet, Raiders might get down there. Chloe's right there for the outlet pass. She steals it.
Yeah, just having a knack to be at the right place at the right time. And I thought our girls, responded even when things didn't go well on the offensive end for us. We forced a lot of shots that we don't normally do. And I credit that to the environment. And, and we kept preaching about what gets us here is sharing the ball and being patient. And we did that at times. And, we'd come out of a timeout and do that. And we did that in the first half. Cam got a wide open layup. We did that in the second half. Chloe gets a wide open layup. So it's, they're high school kids and they're, as long as they're bought in on a defensive end, we'll figure out the offensive end.
That's my theory on everything. Boy, it all starts with D. The Raiders came back at the end of the third quarter. After we went on a 6-point run, Raiders got that last basket of the third and then came out in the fourth with the first 4 to cut it to 8. 6 points later, that ball game is 45-29, a 16-point lead.
Yeah, we hit a couple threes. Those are like, holy, what are we doing? And, Miley shot that one. I'm like, what are you doing? And
it's the internet, by the way. So
I know, but it was now you made me lose my train of thought. But her shots were, they were great shots. And even when she shot that one at the end, I'm like, I knew she was shooting. I knew it was going up because she's in rhythm, and shooters are going to shoot, and that's what she's going to do. And so I thought she did a great job.
You mentioned, too, that last shot she went to the baseline, and she's been doing a real good job of that baseline. The short corner, we've talked about it, using her left. She's pretty proud of that.
She does it so smoothly. She works on that. I mean, her and her dad spent a lot of time doing that in their gym, and it definitely pays off. I mean, because she gets there, she practices that at practice all the time, and it's like people are thinking when they see it, oh, that's not a good shot. That's a darn good shot because she practices it and she's good at it.
Well, and, my 2 girls that I thought did the job defensively, Byquist on Bueller.
Yeah, Bueller.
Oh, my goodness. I mean, she held her to, 5 points the whole game,
yep,
if I'm not mistaken. And then you have Molly, up against Durst, getting in her. And, I don't know how many she had, but I don't think she went for 20 like she did last year.
No, she's 27 last time.
Durst had 5, and Bueller, other than the 3 free throws, she had the 2 threes, and that was it. So
great job by those 2 defensively on probably the 2 best offensive weapons that the Lady Raiders have.
Yeah, and we knew if we could, the key for our girls is, just staying on the court. We can't have the silly fouls way out, and we've got to make sure that we do the smart things. And, and Cam, bless her heart, she goes 100 miles an hour. And even when she has 1 foul, I bet I say smart 55 times a game because she's always, she's just aggressive. That's just the way she plays, and it's, but we've got to make sure we dial that back a little bit. I thought the officiating was really good. I thought they let stuff go, and I liked it because they let the kids decide the game. It wasn't, 45 fouls. You just like in a football game, you could call a penalty every time. Basketball game, you could probably call a penalty or a foul, I guess, in every possession. But I thought they let them play, and I thought that was good.
And that was the contrast we mentioned between Galesburg up there where nobody was allowed to play.
Yeah.
Down here last week, they were allowed to play more than here, actually. But, that's good stuff. So we get to put a feather in our cap for the victory. But we got to turn right around because it's a busy week.
That's what I told him. I said, because I'm always, Coach Dance, I'm in there, we're yelling, we're excited. I'm like, all right, now I've got to bring you back down here because this is 1 of 4. We're getting all 4 this week, not just 1. And our goal on Monday when we came to practice was to get 2 this week at Notre Dame. So we took care of the first one, and now we got to get Friday night too. And obviously we'll talk about Alleman. We'll talk about a lot of stuff tomorrow with Alleman and West Hancock and Sterling. So, but we know what Alleman will do. We know what Sterling's going to do. I've got tape on West Hancock, so Coach and I will watch it tonight and tomorrow, and we'll get some stuff figured out for that. So.
Yeah, Alleman will be on Thursday there at Don Morris, and then Saturday up at Sterling at the Homer Musgrove, and then Friday out here for the shootout with West Hancock. Was that on the schedule at the beginning of the year?
I think it was because Coach Cannell and I talked about it in the fall, and he suckered me into playing in that game, and I was like, yeah, because to me it's like, well, it's a home game, and like I told you Saturday, it's better than having a practice, so I like it. It sucks that it's 3 games in 3 days, but our girls they're battle tested, and they tell me every day, Coach, we're just not good practice players. I'm like, yes, I know, but they come to a game, so if I had to pick one or the other.
I'm the same way. I think in the days where once you get your practices in line, and then if you have a bad spell or something, or you need to work on something, but it is much, much better later in the season, I'd play every day.
Oh yeah. End of the season, you'd rather play than practice.
Yeah,
sure.
I think a couple of them could use a little. Tomorrow we'll go easy. We won't go hard tomorrow, and we'll come back and we'll talk about some things and get them back down to bring them back down a little bit, and we'll get going.
I won't say back down to earth, but. Great job.
Oh, no, and our girls are very level-headed. I mean, they came in fully expecting to compete and win this game. It's not like we're awestruck. These kids have played more basketball than God knows. I mean, it's crazy that how much games they've played. So they're not going to, get awestruck by any too much.
Well, congratulations there. We'll see you Thursday at Alleman.
Sounds good. Thank you very much.
That's Brad Dance. His comments are brought to you by the Kunis Auto Group, Faith, Family, and Giving Back. When we return, we're going to hear from Coach Orin. Of course, he's going to hit the media here, but we'll have a chance to go talk to our Kunis group right here on MeccaSportsCode.com.
Kunis Auto Group is proud to sponsor Mecca Sports Broadcasting.
If you're looking to score your next new ride, be sure to visit Kunis Honda.
And Kunis Hyundai of Quincy.
With over 300 new and used vehicles to choose from, you won't find a selection like this anywhere else.
Plus, give your vehicle the game plan to success by servicing with our new state-of-the-art service center.
Visit Kunis Auto Group of Quincy on 36th Street and see how Kunis makes it easy.
Dreaming of a new kitchen or bath that's as functional as it is beautiful? At Woodmart Building Center, we bring your vision to life. Choose from a wide variety of cabinetry finishes and styles to fit any space and budget. Our expert designers work with you every step of the way to create a space that's uniquely yours. From timeless classics to modern masterpieces, your dream kitchen or bath starts here. Visit Woodmart Building Center today. Find us at woodmartbuildingcenter.com or stop by our showroom at North 12th and Seminary Road, Quincy.
Better bed, less money at Sleep Tight in Quincy and Jacksonville. Shop Tempur-Pedic, Sealy, and Stearns & Foster with free delivery, setup, removal, and 0% financing for up to 5 years.
Sleep tight.
Sleep tight.
Back at the pit. And, of course, we're at the Mecca Mobile Studio. Brought to you by Sleep Tight. Better bed, less money. Sleep Tight. Quincy and Jacksonville. That's sleeptightmidwest.com. Appreciate them and all of our sponsors, as always. And we'll have another Kunis spot here in a second as we get talking to Coach Orin for Coach's comments. Good stuff out here, Coach. And I hear Coach Orin is right now. So, with that, thank you, Coach, for coming up there. All right, good ball game. We expected, but I would imagine the first quarter you were not happy, especially giving up 14 points to the Devils.
Well, I'm still not happy. I'm walking out of the locker room still pretty frustrated with, I thought after we missed some early looks that we got some good looks, and we didn't fit that. We kind of put our shoulders down, and then we became a step slower. Quincy High took advantage of that. When we made some more adjustments there in the second quarter, we had an opportunity to cut it to 4 and maybe 2. We did not do that in those times and give Quincy High a lot of credit. They came down and they executed tremendously, got the ball to the people they needed to, ran some good stuff, pulled away, and it just made it really tough for us to climb back in the game.
I'm going to tell you what, your first step, a lot of your players, got to the basket. Jenna got to the basket a number of times, just didn't close out for the baskets, and I know that's what you're talking about there because early in the game you make those baskets a little tighter. Devils start opening things up a little bit, but the Raiders did not, coming out of that third quarter, or coming into the third quarter, out of the third quarter, the fourth quarter, you got those points and got it within 8, saw a little surge, and that's when the Devils had a couple three-pointers. Longcore hit one of those too, and that kind of puts a dagger at you when you put all that hard work out there.
Well, it does, and that's we talk about kind of having that dog in us where you got it within 8. Now you've got to get a couple stops on the other end, and you can't let them have that good a look. And I give them credit again; they knocked them down, but it was really in rhythm, good looks. We were 2 steps slow on trying to cover that out. So that's sticking with me. That's going to keep me up tonight. But we've got to bounce back tomorrow, try to have a good practice, soul search a little bit, and make sure we're ready to go for the next 3 nights.
I'll tell you what I did like out there. We did talk about your quick first steps on offense. Your defense did slip a little bit there, but Turwelp, late in that ball game, Pieper works big down there, but Leah, I thought, had a pretty darn good game down at the post.
She did, and give her credit because she missed a couple early that she's kind of just stuck with it. But, yeah, I mean, she was out there for a reason to score for us.
You got it. Oh, look at that. That was pretty quick here. And I know how these games are, too, but you've got a full week we talked about, and you can't really look back. We're not going to look back at this one anyway, except for to analyze and break it all down because you got some tough teams coming up. And we mentioned Clopton as well as Brown County this week, and then you go Helias West Hancock next week.
Yeah, like I said, it's we got to kind of swallow this tough loss and show some focus tomorrow and try to do a little better job with our execution and be prepared because the next 3 days are tough.
I can tell you this, knowing you and knowing your girls, I'd watch out for those teams coming up because you're going to come out with a buzzsaw.
Well, if you see me walk out of practice tomorrow with a scowl, that means I didn't get the job done. But, yeah, we're going to certainly try and fight back and do the best we can.
And we'll be looking forward. I know we don't have you until the postseason, I believe, but we'll be jumping on the bandwagon right there with you.
Sounds good. Appreciate you guys being here. Have a good evening.
Thank you there, Eric. That's Eric Orin, of course, the head coach of the Lady Raiders with his 600 wins. And tonight it was a tough one out here as the first quarter was the key. You heard it there, and I knew he was not happy, and I knew that would eat on him all the way because he's a competitor, damn good coach, by the way, as well.
Well, I mean, you don't get 600 wins if you're not a good coach. 600 wins in softball and 600 wins in basketball. I don't know if that's ever been done anywhere.
Lori Blade, we mentioned at Edwardsville, and that's who he battled there, and Lori played at, I believe, played at Edwardsville, SIU Edwardsville, when I coached. I'm about to get back into the paperwork and dig in there. So good stuff. We're going to take a quick break here. Brought to you by, of course, the comments. QNS Auto Group, Faith Family, Giving Back. We'll be back here to finish up the Hardy's postgame right here on MeccaSportsCo.com.
QNS Auto Group is proud to sponsor Mecca Sports Broadcasting.
If you're looking to score your next new ride, be sure to visit QNS Honda.
And QNS Hyundai of Quincy.
With over 300 new and used vehicles to choose from, you won't find a selection like this anywhere else.
Plus, give your vehicle the game plan to success by servicing with our new state-of-the-art service center.
Visit QNS Auto Group of Quincy on 36th Street and see how QNS makes it easy.
And back to the Hardy's postgame here at the pit. And, Coach, you and I probably were that way, too, when we talk about coaches and how –
I was never like that.
Yeah, we still think about those games that hang on to you and you just can't let go. I'm still talking about them 30, 40 years later, humorously, but at the time they were frustrating. But you got to move on. And these two teams, we talked about it in the pregame, both coaches knew we're coming in for a lot of fun between, Quincy should have fun watching both these teams play. Notre Dame might have been a little off their game, but part of that was created by the Devils' defense in that first quarter, and the Devils have gone from that, last week Galesburg game, and they are ratcheting it up.
Oh, okay, that's what I was going to say. They're taking the steps that they need to do to get ready to compete.
Very tough.
Either Belleville West or
Edwardsville. Alton is 20-2.
Well, Alton's ranked 6th in the state. I think Belleville East is ranked like 12th in the state. So going down there, you're probably going to get Belleville East first. Down there at I call it their home down there.
Right, because I believe.
Yeah, you know what I mean. I think it's Belleville West
and Alton.
No,
not Alton. O'Fallon. I think O'Fallon always seems to be one of the locations.
Okay.
But if I'm not right, then we'll find out here in that. At least
you know what I mean. They rotate down there.
At least I got everybody's names right tonight.
But, yeah, I mean, it's going to be one of those regionals that, well, heck, 2 out of the last 3 years, you had teams out of that regional, one of them winning the state championship and one of them getting second in the state. So getting out of that regional, unbelievably tough.
Yes.
But the Devils have ratcheted up. I mean, the win against Galesburg, great win. But that was on our home court. Coming here to the pit and beating the 6th-ranked team in the state in 3A, oh, my goodness.
And, Coach, think about it. 38 points to Galesburg, number 2. Number 6 team, 39 points. That's defense.
Well, you're starting to get after it a little bit more. You're starting to play a lot smarter, not making the dumb fouls. I mean, Chloe was this close to picking up number 3, 4, and 5, with the reach-ins and everything. But she didn't do it, didn't get called, which helped us out quite a bit. Because, she picks up 3 fouls in the first half, there, fourth, early in the third. We've got a problem, so she's done a good job of, not, she wants to go do it every time. Reaching in, blocking the shot, reaching over. Can't do that. You got to stay in the ball game, and she did a very, very good job tonight of doing that.
Hey, let me break down the box scores here before we close out the post-game shows for the Devils, who are now 18-7. Jada Brown had 19 points, including a three-pointer there. 15 out of Miley Loncourt. She had three threes. Thank you, Woodmark Building Center. 6 points from Chloe Nicholson. We dropped down to 3 points. Check that, 7 points out of Cameron Byquist first. Madeline Hamby had 3, and Mia Ellerfritz 2. Zeri Ward was in the ball game, and that rounds out the Blue Devils. On the other side, now 19-5, waiting for their 20th victory later this week. Should be tomorrow or Thursday, whenever they open up. For the Raiders, they were led in scoring 10 points out of Tristan Pieper inside. So Pieper Turwelp went 10-9. Bueller had 9. That's 2 3-pointers and 3 out of 4 from the line. 5 points out of Jenna Durst. 4 points from Sierra Thomas. 2 points from Marie Eversman. In the ball game but not scoring, Ellie Bozarth. She had 4 fouls. Also checking down the lineup here. That was it. So, final thoughts on tonight's game, Coach?
Good job. Great job on the defensive end, and, Jada was just, strong enough, taking the ball to the hole, and finishing her drives and hit a three, made a couple of free throws. Molly was big tonight, hitting those threes. It's been a while since we've seen her, confidently sit out there, catch it, and let it fly, and it looks good going up there. And, she did a heck of a job, offensively and defensively. And then can't say enough about Cam Byquist defensively against Bueller.
Indeed. By the way, Miley, ML2, excuse me. I don't want to get ahead of myself. That's BL3, maybe listening out in Santa Clara tonight. Hey, I'm Jeff Wellman for Coach Pettit. What a great one here at the Pit tonight as your final. The Quincy High Blue Devils 52, the QND Lady Raiders 39, and this crosstown rivalry has been right here where you get all the basketball and you can watch it again. That's MeccaSportsCo.com. Good night, everyone.
Brian Harms, I'll bet you got a lot of people asking for fish sandwiches this time of the year.
You bet. Isn't that great? It is that time of year. People always love our fish sandwiches, and they're with tartar sauce and lettuce. You can get that any day of the week. We got the beer-battered Alaskan pollock back. I'm back from Alaska. We caught all kinds of them.
And what kind of fish are those?
Pollock.
And you've got a special deal going on. 2 fish sandwiches for just $7. Right now at Hardee's, 30th and Broadway, Quincy.